glorious evening to you, bunch of cool cats and kittens. Hey guys, Coach B in the house. I want to say glorious evening. What's up? Hey, we're going to keep it brief. We're going to keep it short tonight. I want to talk to you guys about something that's pretty near and dear to my heart. Something that has been brought to my attention. I'm putting a couple notes in here just so that you guys can see what it is that I'm talking about, what is going on here. But let's start it off right here. Let's play a little game. I want to help people see and understand how to develop a strategy to either one, protect your wealth, or two, gain your wealth. Gain wealth. It's been brought to my attention, and I've got a really awesome, I grabbed a picture. You guys have got to see this picture. Whenever I seen this picture, and I was like, yep, that makes so much sense. So much sense. And when it was brought to my attention, it was so simple that I was like, there's no way it's this easy. Who here knows what this is? Who recognizes this board? This is a very, very popular board game called Monopoly. But now let's look at this, because guys, there's another Think and Grow Rich workshop coming up. And the purpose of Think and Grow Rich is, how do we use our mind to grow rich in 5 different pillars? And those 5 different pillars is what our team focuses on: faith, family, fun, fitness, and finances. But whenever I seen this, guys, I want you to look at this for a second. Imagine playing Monopoly in real life, friends, not just the game. Imagine playing Monopoly and never buying a single asset. Every single time you roll the dice, every time you go around that board, you never bought anything. Imagine you just went around the board, went around the board, went around the board, taking trips around the sun, only collecting $200 when you pass go. But that entire time we go around the sun, friends, every birthday we have, every trip around this Monopoly board, we're giving all our money away to the rich, and we're freaking trying to stay out of jail. So guys, if you're watching live, hashtag live, and where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world are you watching live from? So guys, I titled today's message, Let's Not Play the Game. We have seen this board game since we were children. And I've played it I'm going to say a gazillion times. I can say gazillion. I've played this game a gazillion times with my kids, with friends, done it sober, done it with some alcoholic beverage. Played this game a lot. But guys, going into 2024, our focus, our team's focus is health and wellness nutrition, health and wellness of your mind, body, soul, and your bank account. But guys, look at this. If we have ever played this game, this board game of Monopoly, and the only thing we did when we played Monopoly was roll the dice, because guys, that's what we're doing. Every day we wake up, we just roll the dice, but we never buy a single property. We never try to get the electric companies or the railroads. We know, at least from the game of Monopoly, that would be a losing strategy. Most of us, friends, we're going through life doing that exact same thing. We're going through life playing this game of every trip around the sun, every trip around the board, we're collecting our $200, but we're not investing that $200 into anything. We're not investing it into our financial well-being, our emotional well-being, our physical, relational, spiritual. We're not reinvesting, guys. So let's not play the game. As fun as Monopoly is, let's not play the game, friends. Let's develop a plan. Let's develop a strategy that we can go through life and we can start to acquire wealth. And I'm not talking about wealth right now. I'm talking about legacy level, generational level wealth. But then not only are we going to gain that wealth, because you know there's a new game out. It's called Monopoly Go. My wife is addicted to this. And she's like, babe, you got to download the game. And I'm like, no, I refuse to download that freaking time suck of a game. Because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get sucked into this game and I'm going to lose track of time. I'm going to lose focus. But I've watched her play it a time or two. And there's this massive wrecking ball where everyone in the game is always trying to steal your assets. They're trying to rob your bank accounts. They're trying to knock down your buildings. Just because, guys, we gain wealth doesn't mean that we don't have to protect it. Just because we start to acquire assets like those houses in the Monopoly game, and those assets can increase or generate revenue streams. But what happens when you got to turn that card over and you got to pay taxes on all those properties? It's your move. It's your turn. And you know you got to flip one of those cards over. That card could very well be skip to go, collect $200. Or it could be make every player roll doubles and pay you double or whatever the double is. You know, that card can be Russian roulette. But guys, I want you to tell you, from a standpoint of there's another Think and Grow Rich workshop coming up in the Middle Tennessee area. It's going to be at the end of March. And the purpose of the Think and Grow Rich workshops is how do we use our mind to generate legacy level wealth. Guys, it's time to start investing in our assets. Your health is the number one, and I will say that again, and I will argue with anybody. Your health is your number one asset. If you don't invest in your health, the security of your financial future is at stake. Now, guys, I get it. I understand that tomorrow is not guaranteed for anybody. But we've got to make every single turn count. Every time you put those dice in your hands, that is the next morning that God gave us and allowed us to wake up. It's that important, friends, that we take this thing seriously. There's one more picture, guys. And I thought I'd already saved this bad boy, and I lost it. It got lost in the world of internet. Who's ever had that happen? You got everything planned out, you got everything fixed, and then it all just falls apart and it gets broke. Here we go. Now, I stole this. This is not mine. I did not create this. I stole this image from my fairy godmother. That's right. I didn't say fairy godmother. I said fairy gold. My fairy godmother, Miss Kathy Guzzo. That's a double Z there, Kathy Guzzo. Hey, what's up, Doc? Now, of course, she was making fun of our business mentor and my business partner, Dr. Obama. This whole "What's up, Doc" thing is poking fun of him. But this image is perfect. Bugs is saying, I wish to exchange this paper in for silver. What is Bugs referring to? You know, guys, we're talking right now about ensuring generational wealth. You know, taking a peek at the old classic Bugs here. You know, Bugs Bunny is always a smart aleck. Homeboy's pretty smart. Let's follow Bugs Bunny's advice. Now here, let's bring it back up. Let's bring it back up. Rewind it back, Coach B. Oh, Bugs. I wish to trade this paper in for some silver. Thank you, Bugs, for being the smart aleck that you are, my friend. Thank you for bringing us to our next point. How do we, one, start to gain wealth? Because that's where it's got to start. We have to start to learn how to think and grow rich. Rich in having a solid foundation in all 5 pillars: faith, family, fun, fitness, finances. But when we get to the place that where we can start to acquire assets, how do we turn those things into things that will generate wealth over a long period of time that we can pass on to our children, our children's children? Now, guys, you know Bugs Bunny, he was all about the carrots. But let's just be real, friends. Today, modern society, where we are right now, inflation is eating away at whatever it is that we've already kind of stocked up. The paper money. You know, our dollar is losing its value faster than they can print more money. Part of the problem. But what do we do to start to protect our assets? What do we do to get in position that it won't affect us? Because we have learned how to gain assets, but we've learned how to protect those assets. You, my friend, are an asset. Having a coach who can teach you about health and wellness is the beautiful thing that I love doing, because we've got to protect that asset, because you are that asset. But when we're also talking about generational wealth and passing on some heirlooms or passing on maybe a business, that's something that Elmer Fudd is going to want to try to get his hands on. But if we were smart and we were ready to play the game, so let's rewind it back. The game of Monopoly. Because we do not want to go through life just going around and around and around this Monopoly board, just collecting our $200 and never buying assets, never investing on any of those spots on the board. The board of life has got opportunity everywhere, my friends. So how do we start a conversation on getting some dollar bills up in your bank account? Some stacks of silver and gold. Because y'all know Gold Member loves his gold. Guys, with this new Think and Grow Rich 21st Century Edition that myself, Afia Alpha Ease, and Dr. Obam Bowen is putting together, we've already done a series of these things, but we're bringing it to Middle Tennessee. The sole purpose of Think and Grow Rich is how do we use your mind? Because God gave you a supercomputer that if we learn how to leverage this beautiful mind that God has given us, we can learn how to play that board game. We can learn how to create wealth. We can learn how to protect that wealth. And then we can learn how to leverage those assets and create generational wealth. So my friends, if you're not drinking, well, I mean, I got some Herbalife right now because I'm addicted to Herbalife. I've got a fat kid shake. Dr. O always talks about his fat kid food. And I got my fat kid shake right now, and it's so delicious. But cheers, my friends, to making big moves in the game of life. Stuff that even Bugs Bunny would be proud of, my friends. I want to have a conversation with you guys on what that looks like. How do we start to protect the number one asset that matters? Your health. Your health must come first. There is a reason, my friends, that the stewardess on the airplane specifically tell you to put your air mask on first in the event of loss of cabin pressure. And then put your child's mask on, or whoever's sitting beside you. Put your mask on first. Your health matters, my friends. And if we don't protect that asset, nothing else in life matters. There's a young lady by the name of Julie. I've been talking to Julie, and I'm not going to mention her last name. Doesn't matter. Julie is a freaking rock star in the business world. I'm talking like grade A, awesome sauce, boss, rock star. But right now, she's going through a season in life. She owns like 117 businesses. And out of all the millions, gazillions, and billions of dollars she's made, she's spending it faster than she can make it right now because she is forced to be the caretaker for her two elderly parents who are incapable of taking care of themselves now because their health is failing them. Guys, it doesn't matter what they've got in their bank accounts, because without your health, it means nothing. I want 2024 to be your best year ever in these 5 pillars that we focus on. Your faith, your family, enjoying and having fun in life, fitness, because your body is the number one asset you own, and then finances, because money makes the world go round. But specifically, friends, because inflation's going through the roof, investing in things that are not deteriorating in value, they are only getting more valuable. Let's have a conversation on what that looks like. But friends, God bless. Have a great evening. Cheers to you, my friends. For all of you out there making big moves, let's continue to make big moves, but let's have a conversation on how do we take things to a whole nother level. And if you're not yet making big moves, let's have a conversation on what that looks like. How do we do that? How do we start that process so we do it correctly, so we can take what Dr. Obam says is take time and compress it. Because if you want to go faster, you partner with a master. And I'm going to leave you with that. Peace out, Girl Scouts. We'll see you tomorrow with another message. But for now, it's your boy, Coach B, the Chaos Coordinator, the Distinctly Extraordinary Coach, signing off.